Hey, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Married at First Sight All-Star Panel. I'm Glenn from Jack and Glenn.
I'm Jackie.
Hey, we got with us tonight some very good people. August Love Story. What's going on, y'all?
What's up, people?
Hello.
And Miss Talisa Ray sporting a shortcut. What's up, Talisa? How you doing?
Hey, what's good? What's good? All is well.
All
All
is
is
well.
well.
All is well. All is well. We're gonna talk a little bit about Married at First Sight, and really, we only got like it ain't five. They say we got five couples, but let's be honest. We've only seen three on the show for the last couple of weeks. Can we be honest? Talk about five couples, man. I know we missed last week, so let's start with talk about Chloe and Michael's wedding. We'll start with you, Mr. Lisa. What are your thoughts on Chloe and Michael? And do you like them together?
Okay, so listen. She looked older than 39. And I know she's a dove, but she looked older than 39. I also, this is just a real quick little like thought process. I thought she looked cute as a bride. When she found out that, she was number two, I thought she was gonna be like, okay, well, why? Well, she did say for a moment, why wasn't I number one? Why didn't they think I was good enough for him at first? But one of the things that kind of bothered me about her, because I don't know. We talking about last week. So last week I was like, yeah, I really am excited about them. And I was crying and stuff and excited for him, because he was the underdog. But then as I watched her, I was like, is this a representative? Like it felt like, y'all know y'all coworkers. Y'all know the coworkers. And so that's what it felt like. Like I was at work watching her, listening to her talk, and that's not really who she is. Not only that, I felt like as she was like, oh, well, look at this tattoo. Well, what does that mean? I also felt like she was low-key judging him, like all the tattoos. And I don't know. I'm not sure last week I wasn't sure about how I felt about her. Or last episode, but I was really hopeful because she seemed to be attracted to him and genuinely excited when she hit the corner. And I really want to see how this turns out. He seems like a really good guy. He's asking all the questions that most men don't ask. Like he's asking and wanting to get to know her. But also on the flip side of that, when is she gonna get tired of being questioned? Like she, like I like somebody who's interested and is gonna prompt me and ask those kind of questions. But I'm wondering, when is she gonna get tired of like what feels like a therapy session? Constantly asking. I don't know. He asked stuff other than what are your fears, but he asked a lot of questions that like make you have to think. And so, though I like those questions, I'm also one of those people who like to get to know you like organically in regular conversation and when it flows, and then ask a follow-up question or a clarifying question. But I know that there are people who like 21 questions. I know that there are people who need those prompts. So that's all I got, I think. I thought that his pink suit, I liked him better in the pink tuxedo than I did in the black one. I was like, if you don't show your personality, I love it. I did also think maybe he is slightly vain and maybe he will spend a little more time in the mirror than she would because of that whole, is my hair all messed up? The wind. I need a little gel or hairspray or something. And they still didn't fix the little alfalfa in the back that he had going on. I'm really trying to just remember. Last episode. But that's really all I got about them right now. I'm hopeful. I'm really hopeful. But it's just something about her, to me, it just says like a little pretentious, a little judgy. I'm gonna just go on and start talking about the honeymoon. Specifically when they when they were getting ready to go, and she was like, oh, look at all these bags. I'm a minimalist and I have one bag. This is more clothes than I have in my entire closet. And the conversation with like the homeboys. If he bought $1,000 shoes, So I just feel like she's going to be, since she's, what is she called calling herself the recovering perfectionist. I feel like that's about to, it's going to show up and it's going to become irritating because I'm not you. And I'm going to just be honest. I have people that I know that are actual minimalist. I am not a minimalist. I love all my things. Like, I leave me alone, but they do low key judge you because you've got all the things. And they think because you have all the things that you're not environmentally conscious or you're wasteful. And I don't know. I'm just waiting to see. And so, Sharon, you said, how do you get to know someone with you don't have a conversation, when you don't have a conversation and go back and forth? I suppose that's what that is. I'm okay with the questions, but I feel like you need a comfortable conversation.
Mhm.
I don't know. I just like organic conversation flow, and I'll probably jump in when you guys say something because I don't have no notes or nothing. Yeah, I'm just going off memory. Okay, it's on you now. I'm just going off the memory.
No problem. You good? Go ahead, Artieka.
I haven't wrote a note this year. I have nothing. Nothing. Well, I don't think we've reviewed this show this year since 2024 hit. So in the words of Cat Williams, I think she's a plant. Like, better word that you used was she was giving her representative. It's just something about her does not feel authentic at all. Like, when she speaks, I always feel like she's trying to make sure that she says the right things.
I'm at work.
Huh?
I said I feel like
It went in and out.
I'm all myself, Lord. I was just saying, like, I'm at work, like I have to be politically correct, and I gotta say the exact right thing. Otherwise, I'm going to HR, and I'm possibly gonna be fired. Okay,
Yeah,
I'm
she's
not
the
gonna interrupt.
coworker that you don't say anything around because everything's so great in her life. And this weekend we're gonna go hiking and we're gonna do this and we're gonna do that. And oh my God, I just got married. My husband, he's so great. Nothing about her feels authentic. And I'm not saying that she should have an issue with him. That's not what I'm saying at all. It just does not feel that she is being her authentic self one bit outside of my name is Chloe. And maybe not even that, because Chloe might be her middle name. I don't know. It's just, it doesn't feel right to me. I don't have any notes or reference points. I think I went to sleep on last week's episode, so I can't even go back to that with y'all. I just feel like Chloe is the plant from HR, and she watching us to see if we're doing our jobs. Yes, Talisa, I agree with you. You got
It's
this.
on me. Let me get my notes together because I have notes.
If ain't nobody else got notes, Tommy got notes.
Yeah, I'm gonna write something. Now, it might not make sense to me. I'm gonna write something. Who we talking about? Chloe and Michael. I remember nothing from their wedding.
Everybody was there.
Everybody was there, but I don't know the conversations that they had. Or please just watch him.
He is growling at the light.
I honestly, I like this couple. Now I feel like based off of this episode, because I don't like I said, I don't remember their wedding. I know they both said I do, they kissed, and then they started asking questions to each other and everything like that. But in this episode, he's going to have to take a role of I'm here to support you, right? And a bigger role in the support avenue. But my question is, when he needs that support, is she going to be able to reciprocate that? Or is she going to know how to reciprocate that? Because that was, that's a big thing. Hey, I need help too. Every once in a while, man got to cry, But the one thing that I did like about Michael, he was it was natural for him to do those things. It was things that you would think a man would do to his wife, for his wife, when certain situations come up. Like, she was afraid of heights. You would expect him to make sure that she's okay in conquering that fear. Because if you're not, we're going to go back down. I got you. Making her feel comfortable like that, I think it was the right thing to do. Unlike the other couples, I'm pretty sure if the other couples were like that, they would have that would have failed miserably. Let me look at my note real quick. I saw that somebody was talking about she mentioned he's the first person
Tattoos. She said massage table.
with tattoos and everything, and I was like, that's weird because today I don't think I know a person without a tattoo that's my age. You know.
Jackie and Glenn. That's it. That's all.
He did say his age though, y'all.
Yeah, he did say it's an age difference.
I forgot my place, Talisa.
I'm sorry. Yeah.
Look, I was like, I don't know what to say to that.
Don't worry, I got you.
I was just like, what do I say?
Okay, so I'm gonna chime in. I have never dated a guy in my adult life that did not have tattoos.
Oh man,
That helped?
Yeah, that helped a lot. Hey, they both raised their hand.
Like me,
I was like, oh, y'all don't have tattoos, but okay, all right. But that like that stuff right there, and that's when it starts to get into the idea that, hey man, like, are you being genuine? Because when she even sat down at the dinner, and I'm skipping around a lot because the thing it was just for me there. I liked it until I didn't. You know what I'm saying? But when they was at the dinner, I read,
okay?
yeah, I read Sharon's. But at the dinner, she was like, she started to cry, saying that she's not sure that she would be able to do this. Wait a minute now, don't just come out here saying you can't do this after we done did all of this. Cause I'm bent over backwards for you, just to make sure that you're comfortable. Like, what's going on? But he definitely stepped up and said the right things to her. Like, I think he's been doing it. Like, he planned for this. He prepared. I think they told him something, and he prepared for this.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I got a call.
Okay.
Can it come back to me? Because I forgot about the whole overwhelming statement.
Yeah.
And look, Tommy, I agree. His response was very adequate for the moment, and he has been preparing for a while to be someone's husband. And that's the same kind of energy he gave when he got left at the altar. It was like, I understand, and you have to do what's best for you, and da 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 da. But I was a little disappointed that she would get to crying, talking about it's just overwhelming. But I guess it could be overwhelming to have someone have you ask questions that tap into emotions that you've never experienced, or someone you didn't feel someone cared enough or supported. So I could see how that could be a thing, especially being guarded, which is probably part of who she is and why we see her representative. So Tommy, you hit the nail on the head with that, sir. Okay, I just wanted to come back behind him and tell him I agree, because I forgot all about that.
I am on a roll.
Yes, you are. I mean, every time we get together, you saying something I agree with. Like,
it's like clockwork now.
What's going on? It might be that you getting older, Tommy. That might be what it is.
Hey, my birthday is next week, so I am getting older. I ain't getting old.
But still not old as us.
Y'all got a few years on me. That's it.
We got just a few years, man. Just a few years.
Listen, I'm older than all y'all. I'm a decade older than Tommy when he just said how old he was. I was like, what? Oh,
no, we're the same age.
I'll be 48 this year.
Oh, well, you got me by a little bit.
Yeah.
You got me by a little bit. I'm 47.
Oh, God, I thank you. 48 is a good number. Okay.
It is.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Every number you can see is a good number.
That's why I said 48 is a good number, because you know what? There was a time in my life that I might not have made it to 48, but that's not what we're here for. I'm going on mute.
It's Sunday. Don't you preach up in here.
I'm going to just go on mute right now.
Talisa, don't you do that?
Well, I'm 45. I'm just having to do, but I still don't have any tattoos. I thought about it, but just never got none. But anyway,
okay. So I was going to get one when I graduated from high school, but the tattoo artist got to talking, and he was like, "Well, if you get keloids, now mind you, I never had a keloid, but my mama had me scared of keloids." And when the tattoo artist started talking about it, he was like, if you keloid, it's just gonna swell up. And I was like, ugh, why would I do that? And so
I
that's
have
why
keloids, but I didn't get them from tattoos.
I know. That's what I'm saying. I don't have. Well, I have one. I have one.
Mhm.
It's very small. But the way he just talked about it so bad, I was like, it would be just my luck to get a tattoo, and
That's
it
why I'm
looked like
scared to
a
get my
big
nose pierced.
blobby mess.
Man, I
So
want to
that's
get
why I
some
don't
more.
have one.
I want
I
to get
still might
thug
do
like Tupac on my stomach.
I ain't gonna say
No,
it
no
like
smoke.
I ain't gonna say it like tell y'all.
Knock it off.
Listen, he don't have a tattoo because he cheap.
I'm just I just don't pay. I ain't paying that much money for somebody to draw me. Sorry. I'm just cheap. Y'all call it what you want to call it. But,
Okay, back to our regularly scheduled program.
Right.
I thought Michael. Go back to the last week. I thought their wedding was kind of cute. I thought I didn't like this. Was I probably like in my opinion. I didn't like the fact that everybody else was invited. I thought they should have just been their families and not the people on the show. I know why they did the show because they wanted to be a show. Because they wanted the people on the show to experience it. I just didn't think it. I thought Michael should have been there by himself, right? You probably hadn't talked to these people in weeks, hadn't seen these people. You have a disadvantage. Your wife has a disadvantage because you know a whole group of other people who's been in this process that you talked to, that you dealt with, and now she has to play like she don't know anybody. And the women knows the ex-wife I say wife, the ex-girl who came down, who crossed, who left you at the altar. So it's like, to me, I would be scared that didn't want anybody to spill the beans before I got a chance to tell her, hey, guess what? I did this before. So I wouldn't want anybody else to be there except for me. Now, if y'all want to come the day after before we go on the honeymoon and say hi, and we sit in the lobby and do kumbaya, whatever case, fine. But coming to the wedding, I'd have been terrified. Like, please don't none of y'all open your mouth and say anything. Don't say anything to this woman about me and our situation. First of all, I thought Married at First Sight was wrong anyway. They should have told her. They should have told her that the guy that you're messing with or the guy that you're getting ready to marry has already been through this process. And he just got left at the altar, giving her the chance because I think they set both of them up. Now, Michael, on the other hand, I like the fact that he was truthful. He was honest. He was straightforward. He went through the whole process. Again, it looked like he's fixed himself and he's ready for this process, right? He's making sure that everything, he's not going to squander the opportunity. And that's what I think Michael's doing, making sure that this is the right thing, making sure that the way that he's moving, the way that he's acting, the way that he's being compassionate, the way that he's saying the right things. And I believe that's him. I don't believe that he's showing a representative. I believe that's him. I believe he's genuinely that type of person because everybody said he's that type of person. Now, Chloe, on the other hand, she smiled too much for me. You know how some people just smile too much and everything's a fake smile, fake laugh, and hey, oh yeah, everything's wonderful. Like you're not being authentic. You're not saying how you really feel, except for the fact that you're scared of heights, right?
Like the Joker off of Batman.
Right, like the Joker of the Batman. Like, I mean, she might be a nice person, and like even when you watch After Party and you see her, there's always a smile, but like it's something there, right? And even when she was sitting at the table crying, I'm like, you waited all week to say I'm scared. Like you done did everything with this dude. He done rubbed you while you was naked. I mean, y'all done had, but you're scared to finish this process. To me, it's like I'm waiting for her. It's not gonna be him. I think she's gonna be the one to set the bad boy off, and where he's like, you know what, I don't want to deal with you because of X, Y, Z. Her being 39, that perfectionist situation is gonna mess with their marriage. Think about Iris as when she did it in this particular, right? And then the Charlotte season, how she was real particular and how she was real, and that's why I think Keith didn't marry her. But I think Chloe's gonna be so much that she's gonna turn not only Michael off, but she might turn the other women off as well because she's such a perfectionist. And I hope Married at First Sight, even I know they're going on this retreat. I just hope they give them a full 8 weeks and don't cut their time in half. Cut their time short to fulfill what everybody else is doing. Give them the full time. Let them have a different decision day to see how this thing plays out with Michael and Chloe.
First of all, let me start where you just stopped at. They're not gonna get I just feel it. They're not gonna get the full 8 weeks. They gave them a lame. I mean, it was nice, but it was lame. Cause it's honeymoon. Like you sent me to I'm in the same state. What? That ain't a Married at First Sight honeymoon.
For a weekend on top of that, Jack. For a weekend.
That's about it. They wasn't even gone for a whole week.
Y'all know the budget was already blown on the other couples. They paid for They paid for money for 5 couples to go on a honeymoon. They only had 4. They had no more money left in the budget.
But look, if they paid in advance, even like before the weddings, he should have his already. He should have had his already. See what I'm saying? That was already allotted. So then I want to go back to something Talisa said real quick. Let's go to the weddings. I liked that Michael came in with his pink suit, being authentically himself. I was mad at that piece of hair. It's still hanging. In this episode, it was still hanging. I'm like, ain't nobody gonna tell him, man, is it supposed to be like that? I don't know. I was like, just swoop that up. I feel like it was sticking out when he put his hair in a little man bun too. Was it? It bothered me the whole time I was watching. I was like, I think I don't think being a perfectionist and even how she expressed her feelings, like, was I not just, slightly, she said, was I not good enough to pick in the first place? I think if the experts had told her that you was the second choice, then she would have really just played with her mind, So I think it's best that they didn't tell her. I didn't like how the other couples were at the wedding. I thought that was just cheesy. Like, let the families be there, make it more authentic. And that's what I don't like about this rematching. It's like a lot of things aren't authentic like the other couples. She may be a little too happy. It may be kind of fake, but at the same time, I don't know. Maybe that's just how she is.
It might just be her. I mean, it might be her, but we see in the next couple of weeks that if it's her or not. If she is, when they get off the honeymoon, most times you don't see the real person until after the honeymoon, right?
Right.
Because everybody's on this high.
Look at that daggone Brennan.
Everybody's happy. Everybody's go lucky. Everybody's fine. I just got married. This person, I mean, she is letting them touch her. She does like touch.
Yes.
Right? She's letting them touch her.
She said, yes, please touch me. And speaking of touch.
Which is a good thing, because most of the other brides were like, except for Emily. Emily wanted Brennan to jump her bones.
But why are you right there? Speaking of touch, the other thing, the panic attacks in her sleep, the jerking and sitting up. I was like, oof. I know he was like, what's going on? What is going on? So he'll have to deal with that too.
I wouldn't even know that. I was so asleep. I wouldn't even know she'd have jumped up and had panic attacks. I'd be so deep.
I got a question about that. Like, she did that while they were sleeping?
Yeah.
I thought she was saying that she just has panic attacks and stuff.
Yeah, no. What she said was she has panic attacks, like when she's in very stressful situations. But then she said it never happens in the daytime. Like in the broad daylight while she's awake, type of thing. And I'm like, that sounds like a night terror to me.
Yeah.
I thought only little kids had that.
I was wondering, like, what do you do in that situation?
Go back to sleep.
What did he do? He just went to sleep.
I think he was just very comforting to her, try to relax and put his arm around her.
That would mess you up, though. You sleep every 10, 15 minutes.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, that would mess somebody up. But you got to comfort it. I mean, I guess that's why she likes to be touched. That's why she likes to be cuddled. That's why she help try to calm that noise down. And I guess you have to do some things at night before you go to sleep.
She said that. That's why she said, I've learned how to sleep lightly.
Yeah.
I have my sound machine. I have my essential oils. She said she have a whole little routine and regimen that she does.
I ain't hear prayer. I'm just saying something.
Her humidifier.
I ain't just pray a little bit.
She did.
She didn't say that. I'm just saying. You throw that. Just put that out there a little bit. But. Yeah, that would mess me up though, Tommy.
I wonder, but speaking of which, I wonder, is that going to be something? Because I feel like all the other couples kind of touched on it. Obviously, Becca and Austin more than anybody, but I wonder if that's going to be something that comes up with them.
Yeah, Michael never said anything about religion. Neither did she. But every other couple talks about religion. So I don't know if Michael and Chloe will have that religious conversation, because it seemed like that's the theme of this season.
Yeah.
Was the religion. Being unequally yoked, for the lack of better terms, in religious situation.
And let me go back to this. Since we're balling them all up together, here's the other thing that has been a topic of conversation. Maybe not as big a thing and not necessarily a running theme, but how did y'all feel? I fully expected when when she talked to his family and he talked to her family, that the kid thing, I didn't expect them to be on the same page with that.
I
I
didn't
didn't
either.
either.
I
That's
didn't either. I was like, that was gonna be the mess up of their relationship, and then he was
right.
like, I ain't gonna be mad if I don't have kids, bruh. All right, whatever. Adopt or something, man.
Yeah, I was shocked. I was shocked.
I
But
was
her,
too. I wasn't expecting that. I wasn't expecting them to, but I guess they, 38 and 39, and she's 39. She probably feel like, okay, well, my time is up. But of course, she's a
But
minimalist, which also means don't want to waste all these 400,000 children that need foster care and adoption. Okay, I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with that. But it for me, it falls in line with who she is showing up to be. Sorry,
Yeah.
I had all this stuff going on. I got this different laptop. I had to go charge it because it's already like, oh, we about to die. No, you're not.
We got you to hold you down. Gonna hold you down. But yeah, I was surprised too. I thought Michael really wanted kids. I guess he can flow either way. But as a guy, you can always have kids. A woman, you pushing against the clock a little bit, right? You pushing against the clock and you become high risk and all this other situation. But I guess Michael's happy to be married and whatever his wife wants, and it's cool. Again, they get married later on in life, so it's like, I get it. Like some people don't want kids, but it wasn't in my cards. I don't want kids. But we was
Yeah,
young. I was young.
that was always a. I've always wanted kids. 'Cause I always wanted somebody like the fourth,
Right.
Um, but just to hear people say, like, it wasn't until I was grown when I really heard somebody say, "Nah, I don't want kids,"
right.
and I was like, "What?"
Right.
I didn't even know that was an option. Like,
Right.
like, you don't want it. Oh, okay. Like, it's one thing not to have kids, but you don't want it. Oh, okay. I didn't know people thought that way. All right.
Yeah, I don't want them, but I got 2 of them. So there's that.
I tell my kids all the time it's frowned upon if I don't take care of you. So
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
You're
I've
here.
said, yeah, I've kind of said something to that effect to my kids. Like, it's like, some people got mamas that don't do nothing for them. Nothing.
I don't even like kids.
I
And
say
here I
all-
am liking you
Look,
sometimes.
this is completely
Right. I feed you, I clothe you, I give you a little bit of money. Yeah.
We hang out.
I tell them stuff, by law, all that's required is that you have a roof over your head, clean clothes, and that you've eaten. So I can give you 1 pair of clothes, they give you 2 pair of drawers, and you got to wash them out every day and give you bread and cheese. You full, you fed, and you got covering. Like, what is you doing? You better be glad you getting this $600 tech. Like, what are we doing?
So like we sometimes tell my son, you about to live in the garage. Keep acting for I'm take the bed and everything out. You gotta instantly how to learn to insulate yourself. Anyway.
We love our children, y'all. We love our children.
Absolutely. Because I just want to say this, and since we off the topic a little bit, but like Tommy said, like when it comes to like I think a little bit deeper when it comes to having your kids, having kids. So it's a part of you, like still in the world. And I really do think about, so if when you don't have children, everybody has their own reasons, but like when you don't have your children, it's like boy or girl, like that's the end of your family line. Like what's there left of you in the world? I kind of think about it like that. So
yeah, I was kind of like Tommy. Like I knew I'm the last one to carry on my family's name, so I need me a dude, right? We were gonna keep trying till we had a dude, till we had
nah.
No, 5 was my limit. If at 5 there was almost 4, but if at 5 it was no boy, no. Cut the cameras off. Take me out.
I could have stopped at 1, so there's that.
Yeah,
that second one creeped in on me, and the only reason they my legacy is because they came out of my belly. That was it. Other than that, ain't nobody going.
Number 2 was a creeper, man.
That number two, honey.
Hey, that
It's not about number 2.
That second one is a piece of. Let me tell y'all got that second one, because the second one keeps you busy. I'm put it that way.
Let me tell you, my second one is the most charismatic and charming man or man boy I have ever met in my life.
Mine too.
Mine
Yeah.
too.
Mine-
He be
Yeah.
charming me too.
He
He be getting me.
Well,
is charming.
but we so far left. But anyway, let's bring it back in.
No, I wanted to say before we get back on topic. Did y'all hear about the lady at Walmart in Mississippi?
And we talked about
We
that on
talked
the
about it
coffee on the
yesterday.
coffee break.
That she
Uh-huh.
went into Walmart in 4-degree weather. It's we had the winter thing. The weather
Cold
was
snap.
the cold snap a few weeks ago. This woman went into Walmart. The baby had on a diaper.
That's it.
And
Oh, I saw
that's
that.
it. And
Somebody at Walmart, one of the workers recorded people chastising her.
yeah,
One of the customers bought the baby some clothes and like got the baby dressed. The baby was visibly shivering.
yeah.
Somebody in our chat told us that the lady left 2 other kids at home, a 4-year-old and a 5-month-old,
So the
to go to
idea
Walmart.
that
She was throwing peas on the baby at the freezer section while this
Mental
baby standing there
illness
in
is
the diaper.
real.
yeah,
That's what I saw when
It
I
is.
saw it.
like
And
that.
they said a
That's
silent little prayer because mental illness is real. And these poor
that's
children.
man. I was like, good grief, man. He
It
can't
was a
get.
dove. I want to use Talisa's word. It was a dove, right?
No.
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 Mm-mm.
What? Yeah.
No. Oh,
Nah.
duh. Okay, I got you. You know, I was like, what's a dove?
You
What's a
asked
dove?
that earlier, and I told you the answer.
I got you, man. Hey,
He
man.
muted us just to
I-
ask that
I
question.
catch on later, but I catch it. I catch it.
Yeah, man.
No, but it's the wildest thing, man, and the idea that people not wanting to have kids. That's what, like, people have kids if they take care of them, or if they don't. But people have kids, and the idea that they don't want to have kids was just really weird. And then you fast forward to Michael and Chloe, both 38, 39 years old, and they're like, "Yeah, kids, I'll go adopt."
Yeah.
Which is, I'm not against adopting, right? But if I can make them, I want to make them. It's like me creating a player on a video game. I don't want nobody else to create it. I'll create it myself. I got it.
I can't.
I got you.
I got it.
And let's transition back into Married at First Sight after that.
Like my husband is going in a downward spiral quickly. Let's get back on topic.
Bring it back in.
And Artieka, I was transitioning because the only way that you can make kids is by having sex. So let's talk about Becca and Austin. How come they can't get it on? Let's. I'm gonna start with Tommy since he's already in that thought about
Yeah.
creating things. We can start with you. Why? What's the issue? Who has the issue? Right? Is it Becca who has the issue, or is it Austin has the issue? What is the issue in your opinion? Why this dude don't want to sleep with this woman? Well, let me not say it that way. Does not want to sleep with his wife.
It's two things. First off, I was confused as to if they had sex. When they were talking to Dr. Peel, they made it seem like we did the intimacy thing, we did this, we did that, and then I was like, but did y'all like have sex? Did y'all do it? But I think it's either one or two things. Either he's gay or he don't like her.
Come on, Tommy.
One of the two things, because it's like I'm sorry, me being
Come on,
a man,
Tommy. I'm with you. Another
being a
agreement
man.
here. I'm with you.
as hard as we like before marriage, right? As hard as we work to get it, man. If she just like, here, I want to give it to you. You just have to say that one time. I bet.
I wonder
pretty
if
ugly
it's-
or indifferent.
I wonder if it's a psychological thing with him knowing all of her other issues. Like, I don't want to hurt you. You just had surgery. That's a good one, Sharon. I didn't think about that. Austin could be a virgin. I don't know.
Man, but even if he is a virgin,
that's a conversation you should have.
Out, man. 13-year-olds are virgins, and that's they figure it out. You know what I'm saying? Like 13-year-olds sit up there, they be watching it, they get there, right? So being a virgin, like this is yours, you have a license to have it. That's what I don't get. Like it doesn't make sense because she's wanting to give you it, and you're just sitting up and you haven't clearly said this is why I don't want to have sex with you, right? This is why I don't want to go this far, or we can only go this far. If you say that, then okay, something, she probably be fine with it. But she makes it seem like they aren't doing anything. and I'm just trying to figure out how to say the things I want to say without sounding terrible saying them, because they like, I mean, we do what married people do, right? And so I don't get it. Like, you're married to a woman that wants to have sex with you. You're not wanting to have sex with her for whatever reason, but you're not telling her. That's unfair to her. She really wants to do. And then the question is, why does she want to have sex so bad with him? You know,
She like him.
like I mean, like, say it again, Talisa.
I said, what you mean? Why she want to have sex with him so bad? She is attracted to him, and she is a freak. What you mean?
But I'm
I'm
just
like,
saying,
she like him.
I'm just saying, it's like,
Just like you just said, if she was gonna throw it at you, you was gonna catch it. She would be you. If he gonna give it to me, I'm gonna catch it. Ain't no way I'm gonna turn it down.
but it's like, when turned down, right? Does that not turn off? You know,
Yeah.
because if somebody, if I'm
Yeah,
like,
after a while.
yeah,
After a while, you're right.
if I'm sitting here like,
forget
hey,
it.
I want to do this, and
Yeah.
you're like, no,
You can forget it.
I'm
Absolutely.
all right.
Yeah.
You know, I ain't gonna say forget it, but
No, I would say forget it. I'm gonna go get it somewhere else. We're gonna get
yeah, I'm gonna do something else. I'm gonna find something else.
get a divorce.
So I just don't really I don't get that part, and I would have
No.
to say he's either he doesn't truly like her. I understand the when they were talking about, they went to the family, but his grandma was 97 years old and he wasn't being intimate with her or whatever he wanted her to do. He with his family. And like, come on, man, just wait till you get home. I don't know what he didn't do.
I'm trying to figure out what type of intimacy we were supposed to have in your aunt and uncle's extra bedroom while your whole family in town to celebrate your 97-year-old grandma.
And while my throat is almost closing up from my allergy to this cat.
No, but she said she.
I think for her, intimacy is not physical. It's not necessarily physical touch. It's more of, I'm connected. I see you, right? You're here, and I'm making sure that everyone knows you're my wife, and that they know that I'm attracted to you. Not like I want to jump your bones, but just that, you know, that comfort, that closeness, that I feel like I'm desired without you touch. I mean,
I guess I just need to know what that looks like. Like, maybe like that needs to be explained. What does that look like to you?
But they have done other things. We go to previous episodes. They have done other things, right? Because when they first met with Dr. Pierre, I think it was like 2 or 3 episodes ago, he was like, well, we've done other stuff. We just haven't gone all the way in.
You sound so far away from your mic, Glenn. I don't know.
Oh, my bad.
Like,
they said they've done other stuff. They just didn't go all the way in, right? Or they didn't finish. He didn't finish the process, or they didn't, whatever the case may be. So if you've done other things and you've done you got all the way to this point, you know, you might well go ahead and finish the deal, seal the deal, dog. Or because she's asking for this now, whether you're not performing to your level, it's been a long time, whatever the case may be, throw a finger up, say, excuse me, let's try round number 2, or something. Your wife is asking for you to have sex with her, and you're not having sex with her. And it's let's be honest, it's affecting your relationship. 2 things now have affected your relationship: the religion situation and sex. And we know those are the 2 things that will kill a marriage, right? Yep. Those are 2 things that will destroy a marriage: sex and religion. So you already got 2 out of the 3. So at this point, y'all like each other. Your marriage is on a downward spiral. How much longer is she gonna be feeling rejected by you, and you're not giving her a clear reason why you can't do that? Because if you can do everything, I've seen if he wasn't touching her at all, but you're doing everything else except for sealing the stuff for penetration and whatnot, what she's asking for. So what's the problem by not going all the way? And that's what she figured. If some people say it might be a religious situation, well, it can't be that because you're married. Like, if you're not experienced, okay, cool. I'm not experienced. Can you help teach me some things? Because my last one isn't you, and you my last. I mean, you can flip that as a guy, right? As a guy, you know what? I can't. I'm not really. I've been with a couple of women, not that many. But you know what? I want to treat you like you. I don't want to treat you like somebody else. So you can please let me know how you want to be treated. You know what I'm saying? In that instance, in that way, he can flip it a little bit. So there's some things that there's some things going on with him, and it's not her, because she's like, because she's equating him not touching her to him not loving her.
Mm-hmm.
We
Yeah.
have a couple like that before. We had a couple like that before. Who was it?
I can't remember who, but
Who was
she's
it?
like, so you don't love me.
Like they equate the sexual act with like that's how they receive. Like if you don't do that with me, that's how I don't know that I'm loved or that you're attracted to me. Who was it? I'm a
I don't remember. I know what you're talking about though.
Yeah.
So
But
that's her feelings. Go ahead.
I feel like I think Artieka said it a little bit. I feel like and I think you said it too, Glenn. I think what's drawing him back, it may be her health issue, like that. I think differently. I think he is attracted to her, but I think it's something else there. It may be her health challenge. It's probably his inexperience. And shoot, I feel like even with the women he experienced with, he probably took a long time to fall into bed with them. So I feel like just saying we're married doesn't automatically make him make him switch in his mind, like, oh, I'm just gonna hop into bed with her. And he might be one of those guys too. I went to school with some people like that. They did a whole lot of stuff with girls, but they ain't penetrate. You know what I'm saying?
Everything but girls.
The
everything but girls.
Yeah. So he might be used to doing that too. But I mean, I don't put it past that it might be I don't know, maybe he's thinking ahead, like kind of like Keith, like a Keith and Iris type of thing. Like I'm thinking ahead. Like I don't.
But say that if you say, you know what, I don't want to have sex with you till the 8 weeks over.
Yeah.
Then have that conversation.
Say that.
Say that. Saying that. So at least she understands and she knows. You know what? I want to make sure we can make it before we have sex.
Yeah,
so there's no expectations from her.
Because what if this don't work out and we break up? Now I got 5 bodies.
Anyway. Or you could be like, because I think she's doing Gillian Clint. Because if he's not meeting us at her, like what was Gillian Clint say, yo, we go to our separate bedrooms and we meet our own needs. So she's, so those type of things that is going on, and you got to have that conversation. What he's doing is, to me, he's teasing her, leading up to the point, and then he's saying, you know what, nah, that's not, we good.
Mm-hmm.
That's
getting her hot and bothered, getting her kissed up and all this. You know what, I'm not doing this.
I think OT7 span, would you feel the same way if the wife didn't want to have sex yet? I think that this group has said we still feel the same way. We still feel like you need to have a conversation. I think we still feel the same way. Specifically the men, they'd be like, you need to get to it. Like, what's the problem? You got to try and let her say no. So I think us as a group, we would still feel the same way.
It's just really odd when there's so much opposition and
you're not saying why.
Yeah, and you're not saying, okay, I don't want to do this. I'm not comfortable with this. It's like he guides the conversation to, yeah, I'm interested. Yeah, I'm willing. And then when they get to the moment, it's like, nah. And it's not even just sex. Because I'm just trying to figure out, like, what is the intimacy that we looking for? That's my confusion.
The thing I was going to say, the double standard is there for a reason. And the double standard is men have to chase to get it, right?
Becca chasing hard.
The sheep chasing. I ain't never seen a woman just be like, here. Like,
I mean, there's been a time or two in my life that I might have said, let's not even pretend, okay?
But the thing is, it's like, no, understanding that from a man's perspective, right? And just going to OT7 Span's comment, it's like, if the woman is like, I'm holding out, we're like, okay, for whatever reason. And it's a reason given, right? Mm-hmm. It's like, I'm holding out because of X, Y, and Z, or I'm not sure I like you. That's fair. The unfair part comes when you're like, everything is perfect, and then there's no conversation about why we can't have peen and vagina.
Because that was the exact same thing that happened with the Atlanta season with Ryan and whatever her name was,
Claire.
The thing, they came up with a story though.
Yeah, she wanted it and was screaming at everybody about not being able to get it.
But she was different though.
Apparently not at that moment.
But it was sexing undercover though. Well, at least they were doing other things because she said we take what their story was that Ryan and Claire that she was what was it? I want to say I want to get fellatio. She was handling business.
That was their story.
That was their story.
When it was actually more. But can I go back to something that you a point that you made, Tommy, about the double standard? Let's go back to a previous season. Okay, so men have to be so particular about not being pushy when it comes to the woman having sex. So it's I'm not trying to make you do it against your will. I don't want to be accused of nothing. But we on the flip side now. So why is Austin not giving that same respect? You see what I'm saying? So the double standard is there. Because we said that, for who was it? Yeah, who was we? Dog, I forgot their names. I'm getting like Tommy now. I don't even remember the last season. But yeah, it was like just try a little something, and if she rejects you, then you pull back. We were saying that about the guy, and it's like it don't be the same for women. Like she push up on him, and you expect dude just take it
because women have to say so.
Maybe she need to play that psychological game. You know that one that people be doing, and I just don't want it no more. And then maybe he'll be chasing after her. I mean, because she's got stars in her eyes for him. When you see her look at him, it's stars in the moon, and I love you almost in her eyes. Like you can see it. And maybe she just need to be like, because he don't have no stars. He don't have no stars. And I just feel like, I don't know about his fluidity or not. They do seem to talk about pegging quite a lot, but I do know
they actually talked about that.
Huh?
They talked about that.
Yeah, yesterday or whatever Wednesday, whatever day that was, they talked about it again.
Yeah. First, when they was playing the little game, and then when they made the terrarium, a pegging comment came up again.
Yep. And she had said, "Oh, so you just want to be pegged?" And look, she looked like she was open to it. So I feel like whatever he would want to do, she would be okay with. Nevertheless, I just don't know. I know what she means when she says, "I don't feel like I'm desired." Like, so we see when they're sitting on the couch and they're holding hands. Like that's what she wanted out in Philadelphia when they were in Philadelphia. Yeah. She wanted to hold hands. She wanted him. She wanted that kind of. I don't think she was expecting them to be having sex in the auntie and uncle house, but I feel like she wanted him to like hold my hand and rub my arm and rub my lower back and things that would show that you are actually attracted to me and desire me. Because I promise you, to me, it does not feel like he's attracted to her. I don't know which one of y'all just said that you think that he's. Oh,
and you and Tommy agreeing.
Right. Again, we here.
I don't think so. Like I'm all like, I do not think that he's attracted to her for whatever the reason. A micropene, somebody said, maybe he is, on the other team. Who knows? But I don't see the attraction. Like I see the idea of their relationship, but I no longer see that he's attracted to her. Like for me, I don't know.
It's just the strangest thing.
It is. It's just so odd. He need to do something. He need to do some grind on her real good with their clothes on. He need to do something.
Like
that was the last year. Dylan and Kirsten go body paint for something.
Who did that?
He need to do something because when he kissed her or hug her, she'd be so like, like excited, like she about to explode. And it ain't gonna take much for her to get there because she's been waiting so long, anticipating. Like he need to do something. Maybe a body massage like Michael did for that thing, whatever.
Chloe and Michael are gonna have sex.
Absolutely. But I think
if they hadn't already,
I think they're trying to guide them that way to Lisa, but he's not taking it serious. Because remember when they talked to Dr. Pia and she was, they said, well, yeah, what was it, handcuffs or something? We used that, but just kind of in a kind of fun kind of way. Like it wasn't even serious. Like I know she was like.
Kind of reminds you of Shaq's energy a little bit. We just did this. We did it because you said.
Right.
It sounds like she's taking care of him and he ain't taking care of her.
I don't know. He probably hiding his hand too. So I mean, you know what I'm saying? He probably ain't letting her. He not letting her touch him. You can rub my thigh, ma'am.
But it just don't make it that like. I'm sorry, man. I'm like that don't make sense to me.
Right, and y'all in the bed every night. Like I know she tooting that thing up. You know when you cuddling and stuff. I know she be trying to grind and toot that
She's
thing up.
scooting back on him, huh?
You're
She
the
said,
big spoon.
I know she got to. And then he say, "Well, you could be the big spoon." That's what ends up happening because he like, God dang, she always rubbing him on. You could be the big spoon.
She gonna be like Future, put a finger in it.
There you go. Always want him to be. There she go behind him again.
You like this?
oh Lord.
man.
Okay.
But other than that, that's the biggest issue they had. But like I said, not at the grandparents. I mean, I don't care. But if I knew I was going to Philadelphia for those couple of days, I knew I didn't have an allergy to cats. As soon as I realized I was being allergic to cats, I think I would have left my aunt and uncle's house.
Yeah.
I would have got some Benadryl, some daytime Benadryl.
Yeah,
Or some Claritin, because I'm allergic to cats. But I'm gonna get some Claritin or whatever the generic brand is, because I'm gonna go to support.
I'm gonna support.
My grandma turned 97.
I mean, I'm gonna go there, but I'm gonna not stay at my aunt and uncle's house because
But
you know how much money they make. I don't know how much money they make. I forget what they do.
She's a wedding photographer, so you know.
Yeah.
What did he do? I can't remember. Was he in IT or software or something like that?
He said he's working from home type deal.
They're from Philadelphia. He's from his folks are in Philadelphia.
It's got to be a childhood.
It gotta
friend.
be somebody else
got a house. They got an
that he
extra
can
room.
stay at. Yeah.
They don't have cats.
That don't have cats.
Let's get to this couple here. Man, let's see. Cameron and Claire, we ain't see much of them. Is what it is. Cameron's staying on.
Like, if we gonna say something about Claire and Cameron, I feel like now that he got the little heart flutter murmur surgery, that she grasping for straws now. Like she just wanna, like, I don't know, girl. He ain't calling you and he don't want to be bothered. Don't check on him no more. That's all I got.
He don't. Yeah, me too. That's why I got.
Listen,
he don't want to be bothered.
That's the same thing I said. Look, to Lisa, I had my nursing hat on, and when he said he got treated for atrial flutter, I was like, that's an outpatient procedure. It don't take that long to recover. You talking about he don't want to be bothered a week after the fact? He just don't want to be bothered.
He don't want to be bothered.
That's like having a catheterization. You know, they got to lay flat for you. I was like, I said, Glenn, that procedure is not that. It's not that invasive. It's not. Leave that man alone, girl. Now you want to be married.
Yeah, because they got divorced or
no, they separated.
And
so they can get some money. That's why she's still staying at that apartment.
Oh, she's still at the apartment.
They paying for.
She's something else, man. I was like, you told him you was done, and he said he was done. So
she is sticking around that apartment because it gives her the opportunity to film with other people. So I mean, we got to have something going on this show because at this point, we just don't have anybody or anything.
They're cutting up in the comments, okay?
They're
cutting up in the comments today.
I'm coming to see you.
Elizabeth, I'm coming home.
Hilarious. Oh man, but
is she going on the retreat?
Yeah, I believe she was there. Because Lauren
was Cameron there?
No, I didn't see her peek Cameron.
Yeah, they didn't show him.
But they got Lauren and Orion going on retreat.
Oh my God!
Why? Quit showing us them. I'm sick of. Don't show me Orion no more. I told y'all that already 4 episodes ago. Don't show me Orion no more.
He's sitting up here trying to have a conversation with that girl. She was like, I don't want to have a conversation.
She all like, I forgive you. I'm healing. I might be healed, but sir, I do not forgive you for the turmoil that you put me through. Okay.
My healing does not mean that I have to speak to you.
No, it does not mean that I have to tell you how are you feeling? None of your damn business.
I don't care.
Please don't sit next to me. Why?
Don't
right here.
That you don't want to know the answer to. That's a question I don't want to know the answer to. How are you feeling? I don't care.
I don't care. I don't want to talk to you.
I don't know.
That's crazy.
But can I say this? But on that note, though, like I don't want to hear. At least for Claire, she's giving something productive when they're showing her when she's talking to the other people. I could do without Orion. He don't need to talk to nobody. I feel
About
like
nothing.
Claire's got her therapist hat on when she's talking to Emily. Emily needs a whole lot of therapy.
Well, Emily's in an abusive relationship, but we're gonna start right
Hello.
there. Talisa, I want you to start with Emily and Brennan. Your thoughts on those two before we, we can close the show with Emily and Brennan.
I can't agree with you more. She is in an abusive relationship. The fact that he talks crazy to her off camera, and I'm saying, what does he keep saying? Like, I'm sensitive, and so, I don't, what did he say? I don't know. Something about how he responds when he's sensitive. But from what I gather, he talks crazy when they off camera. Not only that, another surefire sign is you're making all the decisions and you're cutting me off every time I open my mouth to say something. And she gives not I'm scared yet, but I'm about to be. Like, if they go beyond the 8 weeks, she's probably going to, he might accidentally hit her or some shit. I don't know. Okay, but abuse also looks like emotional abuse. It also looks like verbal abuse. And I really want to say that it upsets me. Okay, so when Dr. Pia comes and they have a conversation, he's always on the defensive when he's talking to Dr. Pia. Soon as Pastor Cal comes, he's no longer on the defensive. So for me, that tells me you don't respect women in general. It's not just your wife. It's also any woman that has something to say that does not align with the way that you think or how you think things should go. And for you to be like, oh, we're building trust. What trust did I lose? What? Where is he coming up with this stuff? Furthermore, what was it? Was it last episode? Or was it the one before that where he was like, it was his idea to do the reset for them to be friends? I'm sorry, what are we resetting? What are we resetting? I don't understand, because we weren't anything before. Like, we're married legally, but we don't have anything else. And her constantly saying we have a lot in common and I care for him. But what are you caring for? Because it's not the way he treats you. He treats you like you're somebody he does not know.
Mm-hmm.
Or a friend of a friend. Right? He keeps saying you guys are friends, and then he keeps saying he cares for you. And I cannot see where they're gathering this information from. When they were sitting with Pastor Cal, and they showed their interviews, I thought, oh, that's definitely who Emily is. Emily is consistent. She didn't lie. It wasn't a representative, but I don't know who this man is. Okay. I don't know who this man is. What is he talking about? He's more talkative now than he's been on. He's more talkative on that little interview than he has been on anything else. And then for him to say, I have watched the show. So you know how it goes. You know that you're supposed to be sharing information on camera. You know that there's no such thing as I don't want the world to see, or whatever that thing is that he says, because he don't want people in his he don't want it in camera. He doesn't like her, and whatever she keep holding on to is because it's her first relationship, and this is unfortunately setting a bad precedent for her. She needs to just go ahead and cut her losses. I'm glad that her friend is like her sounding bar has good god dang on sense. That's a GOT. Dang on sense that says, what are you doing? He doesn't like you. I don't know, why are you staying? What are you going to do next? Like, you need people that's going to hold you accountable. And maybe because it just dropped in my spirit, maybe because she hasn't had a relationship before and people don't stick around, maybe that's why she's holding on so tight. Maybe that's why she's hoping that something can come out of this. But what should come out of this is her. That's all I got. That's who should come out. It should just be her with her dignity intact. Because for me, when you see her in her vignettes, in her confessionals, you see that she can articulate what it is that he's doing. You can see that she has no problem recognizing it and sharing it with us. But then she gets in front of him and it looks like abuse, because I can't tell you. I don't know what to say. I don't want to say the wrong thing. Like, it doesn't feel welcoming. It doesn't feel like a comfortable space to me. And whatever y'all say, I'm sure I'm going to agree with. I'm done. Oh. Oh. Now I do know. Okay, so as I was looking at his comment here, OT7 span, and I thought, well, the reason that he probably stopped liking her was number one, because of course we already said that she drinks a lot. She's a partier and she drinks a lot. Secondly, it's them tracks. Because every time you see her, she doing her hair like this, trying to cover up them tracks. I can't stand it. I can't. If you see them, if you ever look, you can see the line and the track on the side. Like, they tracks don't look the same as our tracks. It looked a little
Because
different.
they don't braid their hair down and then
Right.
do it in.
They don't do all the things, right? They don't make sure it
Not
blends
tight.
well.
Or as YouTubers say, taut.
I don't know, but I don't give him no passes. I think that he is a total donkey. So, yeah,
Mhm.
okay, I'm done for real.
I feel like Emily is only showing this version of herself that's trying because of production. Like, I really do feel like she has checked out and now she's just on the mission of, I'm gonna make you look bad on TV since you don't want to look bad on TV. See, I can try. I'm gonna sit here and I'm gonna show you that this is who I am as a person, because she didn't lie during her things. However, he did, and she can just sit up and say, look, you see what you said, and see how you're not presenting what you said that you were. You see how you lied, and it just makes him shut down. But
I'm here for it though.
I
I'm
did
here
not
for it.
notice what you said about Dr. Pia and Pastor Cal. Like, he gets on the defensive with Dr. Pia, but then with Pastor Cal, he's just like, well, that's not how it happened. Like, I'm trying. What, like, I don't understand. I think that he has the Alyssa syndrome of, I don't want to look bad and I'm gonna make myself look worse by trying to not look bad. It's just not working for him. Tell the girl the truth on camera so that the world can see, because I feel like you have told her something and she's pretending like it didn't happen so that you can say it on camera so that the world can see who you are. But you're right. It is some type, it definitely feels like an abusive relationship, because he's like a switch on and off. Like, the honeymoon, I thought they were really trying to get to know each other, and then when they got back home, he's like, I need time. I need to go stay at my place. You watched the show. What you mean you need to stay at your place? That's not how the show works.
Mhm.
So you've seen this.
But
You
he
know how
watched
this,
the show and he knew that he could do that.
and that's where the problem lies. We've done everything in the last few seasons that we shouldn't have been able to do.
Mhm.
We can get divorces right after the honeymoon. We can get a divorce during the honeymoon, because that's what Alyssa did. You
Mhm.
cannot move in. It's just so many things that have happened in the last, say, 5 seasons that would have never gone in the beginning of the show. And I think that that's where the downfall of this show is going.
Mhm.
Is it's it's an experiment, but we don't want to stick to the rules of the experiment. So we can just do whatever we want to do and we're done. And as long as I come to film, I can come back around because, it's free TV time. They gonna be
Yeah.
per diem.
I was gonna say,
You know,
go ahead, Talisa.
it's just gonna be real quick. She Artieka, you said something about he told her. I think that he has said something, because of the simple fact, I don't know if it's a preview. I think it's the preview for next week. And he says something to the effect of, you're trying to make me fall in love with you, and that's not what I want to do. Like, I think that he might have shared with her something. I think it's the preview for next time.
It
Next
is.
one.
That I remember that. That has to be for next week because I ain't been watching much TV.
Yeah. And then she just agrees with everything he says. Like, we're resetting and we're friends and we're not going to talk about this. And she just says, yeah. Versus, say what you say in the confessional. That's what I want you to do.
Right.
Okay,
Right.
Tommy, it's on you. Let me agree with what you say, Tommy. Don't say nothing crazy, Tommy.
I'm
Don't.
not. I'm not. Because Brennan pisses me off more than anything else in this whole situation. Just because it's like you are trying to manipulate what you look like, and you have no control over that. You know what I'm saying? Because you're not the one that's editing the footage. And so the biggest issue is, while you're sitting up here trying to look like you're perfect, your flaws are showing because they're recording everything. And they can make the conversation look as good as they want to, or as bad as they want to. And then the fact that you were saying on the when you was talking to the experts, you were like you watched the show. That's something I said in the beginning. We're getting to the point where we have fans going on here trying to do this,
Because Lauren is a fan of the show as well as him that we know of.
and it's not working. Lauren openly said, I watched the show and I thought this would be something good for me. All right, cool. It didn't work out for her, because of who they master with and stuff like that. For Brennan, it's I watched the show and I know where they messed up at. I'm finna do my thing because they can't get me like that. You know, it's like, man, that's stupid. If you want to do this, be real, because the person that the experts interviewed ain't the person on this TV show.
Mm-mm.
There's two different people. This guy, it does look like an abusive relationship, but Emily, only thing she has to do is sit back and be herself, and he's gonna ruin the whole thing for them. Like, all of us are looking at this situation like, why haven't y'all broke up? Just because everybody else has, and they really, could have worked out some stuff. Claire and Cameron could have worked out some stuff if they talked to each other a little bit better, right? Orion, if he lets things go and figure out, okay, you didn't know, let me tell you, and then we can try some that can work out. This situation here is just no, it can't, because he's not being an authentic person. He's not allowing her to be who she is, and him being who he is, to truly figure out where they're gonna go with each other. And it's honestly hard to watch. Just go get him, man. It's honestly hard to watch, just because it's like, bro, like what are you doing? It's like you're trying to. If you manipulate this thing, you turn people off from you, and you still become the bad guy. That's what you're trying not to do, is become this bad guy, but you're gonna become the bad guy because we calling your bluff. And this girl sitting out here, she trying her best. She never, like, I didn't think about the fact that she ain't never been in a relationship, so she probably don't know how to leave the relationship. And she probably not looking at it as being as simple as saying, I don't want to do this no more.
I mean, however, all the guys left her. It's really
But
easy.
it's one thing to be left, but it's another thing to leave. It's harder to leave than for somebody, because all of us have been like, damn, I wish this person just break up with me. Just leave me alone, type of deal. It's easier on your conscience. Like, it's been plenty of times I've been like, I'm just gonna be an a-hole, so they leave.
I just stopped answering the phone.
Right. But but it's a thing of her talking to her friend saying, hey, this ain't it. Like, that's necessary. Like, you need to see, hey, this is not working out. What are you here for? What are you still here for? What's the game plan? And the thing about this last thing, the thing about Dr. Pia and him like really kind of going back at Dr. Pia, but kind of sitting there like a child with Pastor Cal. It's a man thing. I don't know if he doesn't respect women or something, but it's a man thing, because I noticed that too. I was like, Pastor Cal was like, who is this person? She said something. He's sitting there like a child, pouting.
It's because they figured it out. The jig was up.
You got me, type of deal. But it's like, I was like, I don't like that, because you have to treat. I don't like the man woman difference thing. I personally don't like that. But then you have to treat everybody the way you want to be treated. But if you're gonna treat another expert in a certain type of way, you got to treat the other one the same way. So if you're gonna be going back and forth with Dr. Pia, go back and forth with Pastor Kyle. They have video footage of stuff that you have to defend. If you can defend it,
he could.
But most of the stuff you can't, because those are two different people.
You just saying he couldn't defend it.
Nah, he couldn't defend that. But he was sitting there pouting when she said, "Nah, them two different people. They ain't the same, but no, they not the same person." So that's all I have.
But she still holds back though. She holds back because she needs to just give it to him one good time.
She not
in a safe space, because you with Pastor Cal or you with Dr. Pia.
But she tried it with Dr. Pia. She tried to say in that space, and I think she said on After Party, in that space, she tried to say what she wanted to say, and then he was like, "Oh, we broke trust. I thought that we was gonna have a conversation, like we said we talked about, and basically you getting outside of what we talked about. What are you doing?" She tried. I want to go to this, okay, to the abusive relationship thing. Here was the key comments that I caught. They had the talking stick, which was a charcuterie board actually, and she says to him, "You don't treat me like I would expect you to treat a friend, but you say we're doing a friendship thing." He said to her, "Are you sure you want to do this? Are you sure you want to go down this road?" Basically, that's what he said. Okay, here we go again. So, how do you feel about Pastor Cal coming? Her comment, "I'm nervous. I'm nervous about not saying the right thing." And the rest of that was, "and making you mad to take it out on me later." Okay, here was his thing in the when they did the little interview or something. He said, "I'm extremely coachable. I feel like this is the platform to do this." That's what he said. He called it this platform. "I want to get married. This is the platform to do it." And then what he said is, "I could be sensitive." This was it right here. "And I can be emotional in my tone at times." That ain't the sad emotional. That's the "I'm about to take your head off" emotional.
Well, you get down, Colombo.
I underline all of this stuff. Like she's scared to talk up. For real, when Pastor Cal said, "Is this the same person?" She was like, "Well, yeah, I can see similarities." And then she threw in the end, "But I do see dissimilarities." Oh, and he was looking like, "You better not say nothing. You better not say nothing. I don't care if I ain't never been in no serious relationship and I want married at first sight. I'm not. You're not getting ready to talk. You're not getting ready to punk me." She told him to his face, "I feel like I'm slowly losing myself." And he looked at her like, "Oh, well. Oh, well." I mean, he is abusive. If he don't never beat her, if in this space, I can't even say what I want to say. Her friend was like, Claire told her, "He's silencing you." Her friend was like, "Is this even my friend? What are you doing?" She was like, "I just care." That's the other thing he said. He said, I care so much about you." And I was like, I ain't never seen somebody care for somebody and act like that. What do you care? First of all, what do you care about her for? He automatically took it from how he said the episode before. He said, "We're going to carry our journey like we're not going to let anybody interrupt what we do. We're going to do it like this and this." She said, "I'm really just going along with what he says."
She's being dragged along. And she's being
I don't like him. This is my last. I'm sorry. Okay. Back to what Tommy said. Every time he comes on the screen, I want to throw something at the TV. He gets on my freaking nerves. I'm sick of him. And I wish next time I hope Dr. Pia talks to him again, and I hope she lay him out. And we're gonna see the true colors then. Because let me add this element too. Okay, Pastor Cal, a black man. I'm just gonna say it. Pastor Cal, a black man. Dr. Pia, not just a woman. Yeah. A woman of color. All right, I ain't y'all get what I'm.
I get it. I hear you.
I smell what Jackie's cooking. But anyway, I do agree. To him, he is. I'm gonna comment the comments in the comment section about her wrist. She was drunk. Right. Now, according allegedly, he mentioned it several times that she's been drunk. She was drunk on the honeymoon. She slipped in the shower. That's her story too. She's sticking to it. I'm not saying he did anything to her wrist. But then again, a couple weeks ago, she was drunk when they had the really big argument, and she was cuddling up on him or being close to him, and he didn't want that to happen. He said that on the after party. I think he's embarrassed by her, but because of his culture as being, I'm gonna go to his nationality being Russian and what he's seen his dad and mom go through. This is what he sees, right? Because the comment that I picked up on this week was he still, when he was talking to Dr. Pia, he still doesn't want to get a divorce, right? After all this, he still wants to be married to her. Like, bruh, because remember, his thing is, I only want to be married one time. So he feels that whatever I put you through and whatever you go through, you should not leave me. And you shouldn't leave me, and we're going to stay together. If that's not abusive, if that's not manipulating, then what is? Because he's telling her, hey, I know things are not good, but guess what? We're going to stay together.
How much of it do you think it is? You can't do no better than this anyway, because you ain't never had no serious relationship.
It might be a little bit of that, but you can't. Again, I agree. I think it's to the point where, I'm about to say this, I think it's on some R. Kelly stuff. I think he goes home and she stays in an apartment and still don't leave. I think he goes back to his apartment, go back to work, and the only time they film, only time they're together is when they film, and they don't stay in the same rooms. Because he mentioned that before, how, they go to separate places. I really think that he has this young girl terrified about him, terrified by him, and I don't think it's cool. I think at a certain point, and I said this about another show, I think I said about Ready to Love. I think at a certain point, when you see this stuff going on, I think the experts and doctors and people on the cast should step in. And say, you know what, this is too much for a this is too much going on here, psychologically, emotionally, that, you know what, we're gonna cut the process because we care about you. We don't want you to go through this situation or go through this issue because it's bad. And you can see that she's still, when you look at her after party, I don't know if y'all guys watch After Party, she's still a little shell shocked about this whole situation. So I think at this certain points, like, let's call it, isn't wrong. Now, I would have been fine if they cut the show. We only had one couple instead of letting this young lady go through all this stuff, because she's going through a lot and she's getting verbally abused. I don't think he's putting hands on her, but verbally, he's beating her down. Verbally, he's silencing her. Verbally, she's not. When your friends start recognizing that you're not the same person, and this is just, let's be honest, this is not even 8 weeks yet. In 4 weeks, he had totally changed who you are. And you've totally changed who you are in 4 weeks in this process. Because she's not the same young lady we saw on the honeymoon. Really vibrant, really, really assertive, laughing and joking, telling him, look, I need you to. She's not that same person. She's changed. And you can see the hurt. When she was talking to Claire, you saw the hurt. You saw the pain. You saw where she was like, you know what? Why am I going through this? My thing to her is, she has a friend. Reach out to somebody. Like, reach out. Like, where dad at? Call your pops. Call somebody and say, hey, something going on. Right? Blink. I'm not trying to be funny when I say this. Blink twice to Pastor Cal. Like, look, I need your help. Or, in that space, like, Pastor Cal, this is what, even if it's off camera, like, Pastor Cal, can I speak to you for a minute? As he's walking out of the door and leaving, hey, can we talk over here for a minute? This is what's really going on, right? Because the guy in the video seemed like he was just giving the cliche answers.
Yep.
The answers that the production, he was in an interview trying to get on a show. He watched the show. He knew what they were looking for. And I'm going to give the right answers. I interview well. So I'm going to interview well so I can get on the show. And Lord forbid the woman that I mess with, right? Or get married to. I like to see what happens to his other. There's a reason he's not married. There's a reason that he's on Married at First Sight. And the way he's at is a reason. He said he saw a lot of his. I have to go back to when he was talking about his parents. He saw his mom and dad in very vital type relationships. He said his dad wasn't a good person all the time. He said his dad and mom would go back and forth. So he's seen this behavior, but his mom still stayed there because they're still married to this day. So the behavior he's displaying to Emily is the same behavior he saw his dad do. And he said, you know what? They still together, so why can't we?
I like what you said too. We already 4 weeks in, and like, you losing yourself already. But on the flip side, like, you're only 4 weeks in, and he got mind control over Debo. He got to be doing it. Got to be, bro. There's no way. There's no way. She seemed like a very, fight, like you said, feisty and vibrant person. Bro, I don't know what kind. Lord have mercy. I'm not saying he threatened her, but good gosh, we ain't that deep in this.
Well, we know they're not having sex, so.
Oh, yeah, definitely not that. Definitely not that. But he might be like, my daddy Russian, right? You don't know what kind of ties we get. You don't never know what that man is saying.
Listen, ain't he gonna say something crazy to me like that? I cook your food right. That'd be something I would say. You're not finna play with me.
Man. You ain't finna play with my food.
You're not finna play with me. You're gonna end up leaving that. You're gonna leave that apartment because I'm gonna probably be the one. They're gonna be talking about, "Ooh, Talisa's abusive." And is. Y'all don't hear this.
And is.
Sharon, I think Brennan's parents are still in New York, and I'm not sure where Emily's parents are at. I know Brennan's parents live in New York.
Man, dude, just that I hate it when they come on, but they're the excitement of the show. It's sad.
They don't really only couple besides Chloe and Michael, Becca and Austin. Sorry.
Well, Michael and Chloe still have their newness on.
Yeah, right.
I think for us, we're just trying to figure out: are they gonna have 8 weeks to do this, or are they gonna have 2 or 3 weeks to do this? Type of deal.
Which sucks.
Are we gonna have to watch just them for the last 5 episodes?
They probably have.
Then they're gonna make it a never-ending season again by stretching their episodes out. But
they selling way too many commercials for these seasons because they subject us to a lot, and it's hard to watch.
They have to. They gotta change it up a little bit. On Ready to Love. I watched the episodes. They changed that up a little bit. You know what I'm saying? But they've been trying some different stuff. But for Married at First Sight, now because we've gotten to the point of where people have been able to watch this, and it's proven with Brennan, he's watched it because his interviews looked like he practiced those. He answered every question correctly to be chosen to be married, because the whole goal is to get chosen to be married, find a wife, and then I can go on there and do whatever I want to, hit that and just make sure it don't say nothing. He figured out that, okay, this is how I get on here, and then I can act however I want to act when I get here, because then I can create this player over here, but then I'm gonna be different at home. I'm truly curious to see what he told her behind the scenes, because she's saying he's different.
I just want to know what his end goal is, because if you don't want to get a divorce from me, you don't like me.
What's the point?
In the words of Tyrese, what more do you want from me? Like, what are we doing here? It's upsetting to me and my homegirls.
You know what pisses me off more? And I think he talked to Michael, right? Is that he's always the person that they talking to. Him and Orion.
Orion.
Orion ain't got good sense that God gave
him. But that made me so mad when Brandon and Orion was giving Michael advice. I was like, shut up.
Like, why would y'all have him talking to them? He could give them more advice and ain't even been on the show. He could tell them more than he did, because I don't want to hear from them
at all. Worst people for him to talk to. Go talk to the women, man.
That reminds me. So let's go back to Brennan. So when Brennan and Emily were like talking about Michael and Chloe and how you think it's gonna go, whatever, what kind of advice would you give them? And Emily was like, what you gonna tell them? The honeymoon's gonna end after a while. You ain't gonna have all that giddy. He said maybe for them it won't be like that. I was like, okay, right, sir.
That was just the worst.
Be like, bro, just tell her you don't like her, man.
They could have kept that.
We gonna be friends.
And then for Pastor Cal to tell him, don't use the friend word because that. But I said, bruh, they not friends. They ain't got to use that word. They can say associates. They can say roommates.
They can say
a whole lot of other words.
Ex-wife.
Future ex-husband. Future ex-wife.
This chick I met a couple weeks ago.
Right.
This person I used to live with. My former roommate.
Like in college, your sweet mate.
Yeah, right, right.
We just share the same bathroom.
That's it.
We just
Yeah,
had
that's it.
my former associate. You know, just all kind of stuff. It is weird, and I don't understand why he
Nah,
wants to
it's
be married like that.
yeah,
So
it's the dumbest thing in the world.
Yeah, we say this. We've said this, which is a shame. We've said this for the last couple of seasons. We've said this for the last couple of seasons. All this doing stuff your way, I did it my way. No, you're gonna do it our way, and you're gonna like it. You're gonna move in this apartment. You're gonna try to like her. We don't be friend zoning nobody. No, don't be trying to get divorced after 2 weeks. Like, no, did you even no. That's what they need to do. They need to put their
Mhm.
foot down, and if you're not here for the right reason, and then on that note, don't give them the choice to go. How about let's do something new? How about you can leave the show? How about they feel like you can leave? Just go ahead. Go ahead and
Yeah.
leave. Go ahead. Let's change that too. Don't let them leave. You
I
make
get
them
it from I get it from the experts standpoint. You know, you have to try to make sure you exhausted everything within this 8 weeks. But I mean that they have to look at the situation and be like, this ain't gonna work out.
yeah. But
Be-
this we've seen the experts visit these couples this much in forever.
Mhm. One season we was asking why ain't the experts there?
Right.
This season we like, yeah, dog, man. Talk to Dr.
Do y'all
Pepper.
have an apartment here?
Right.
Right.
They got an apartment in the building.
I really think they should do some premarital counseling.
Yeah.
Like before.
We say that every year. Every year we say that. We say the
They
same
ain't
thing.
implemented it yet. They listen to
They
it
not
once.
watching they need to be watching our lives, child.
Man,
Somebody need to tell them
like,
that
hey, we
that's
got
what they need.
this is what you need to do.
They need to watch the lives, not the pre-recordeds, because ours are non-existent.
Yes, exactly. I think I got one or two every season. I got one or two pre-recorded. And that's it.
Right.
we still in the single digits of whatever review. Somebody asked us, are y'all still watching it?
Barely. Barely.
She's like, bro, it's tough. It's
I'm
tough
yet
watching.
holding on.
Hey, we used to do reviews on Thursday morning, and you see now we haven't put one out, but we got to put one out after this. So if you guys stick around, our review of this will come out a little bit later. I'm just saying we've been struggling this season to be consistent with putting reviews out of this show. But I love Sundays though, because we get to see you guys.
Yeah, Sundays is solid.
And chat it up with everybody. So
Mhm.
it is fun. But Brendan and Emily's not gonna make it.
Nah.
They already not.
Well, while we're here, I don't think we ever did that, right? Who's gonna make it?
At this point, I feel like ain't nobody. Well, I don't know about Michael and Chloe.
I was gonna say Michael
Let's
and
see
Chloe.
how it is. But right now, it don't look like. And I had high hopes for Becca and Austin, but at this point, I don't think they're gonna make it either.
In the words of Keith Sweat, nobody.
Her quote
Man,
bag today, y'all. She in her quoting bag.
She is. She is. Wait till she start quoting Project Pat, 3-6 Mafia, Yo Gotti. Who else from there? Player Fly. That's when it gets good.
Right.
There's a song lyric for everything.
Yeah.
It's just, do I
I
want to
agree.
have to self-censor?
It
Right.
sure is. It sure is.
I do think Becca and Austin still say yes.
Oh, I think they're gonna say yes, but I don't think they're gonna make it.
I don't think they say yes. If Becca don't get in it, I think Becca says no.
Ooh.
Because he doesn't make her feel pretty. And that's a way for her. That's her way of saying that he's into her. It's like, hey, I want you to have sex with me. And you saying, no, you don't want to have sex with me. So you must not like me. You must not think I'm pretty, which in all tense, it's probably something, a mental block on him in some shape, form, or fashion, which is weird to me. I'm not going to understand, but I don't have to understand it. But she's going to say no just because he didn't give her any penis.
You know, as you were talking, I know that's not what it was about, but I thought to myself, it's the religion thing is why he's not sleeping with her, and not because he's religious, but she is constantly throwing up that she's Jewish. When he got that sex basket, oh, it's like having an Easter basket. Is this what y'all got? Like, she constantly bringing that up. Like, and I think that might be getting on his nerves because it's getting on mine. Okay, I'm just saying. Everything ain't got to be about your spirituality, ma'am. Okay,
No.
and I'm sorry, and comparing it to his. Let's make that clear.
Yeah.
You don't have to. It doesn't have to be a constant comparison and a constant reminder that we have different faith belief systems.
That should have been something that was absolutely indicated on an application, because if you feel this strongly about it, you should have at least written down not a Christian.
Not a Christian. I'll
Right,
take
circle
the,
it, highlighted it,
yeah.
whatever it may be.
Yeah,
But
she could have took everything else but a Christian, not a Christian, because that's what bothers her. She didn't say it was a Buddhist or you know, I don't know.
Because every Christian in her life until him has tried to convert her. And
Oh,
she,
told her she was
she waiting on the ball to drop on this conversion.
Yeah, they're gonna say no. They're gonna say no. She gonna say no because of sex. He gonna say no because of religion.
And then I'm still out on Chloe and Michael. They're brand new, so I don't know yet. So
I'm
some
gonna
of
say
you guys
they're
say she's
gonna
an
say
actor. Some of y'all guys say she's a plant. Some say she's a robot, AI. I don't know.
That's a good one.
Not AI.
That's a good
AI
one.
is pretty good.
She is Chat GPT.
Yeah, I do like a good Chat GPT. You rephrase this whole paragraph.
What should I say? I don't think doesn't compute.
If I were responding to my spouse in a sincere manner, how should I say, you are helping me to get over my fears? Go.
and then Chloe gets the answer. Well, the way I will respond to my fears might.
Spits it out. I hope this works for you.
Y'all are hilarious, man. Y'all are hilarious, man.
Oh man, but that's all
Chloe
we got
the
for
clone.
Chloe the clone. Chloe the clone.
They said Gucci was a clone too.
Chloe's a clone.
Chloe the clone. Oh man, what you guys got going on? Go ahead and promote anything that you got this week. You got
Black History Facts.
Yeah.
That are 3 days late.
Yeah.
But they're coming.
Yeah,
Tommy put up one yesterday, and we recorded a few today. So
and,
that's right. My man Tommy did the whole month of February last year. I remember that. Tommy was in last year.
Yeah. I'm still in. It's just, the days got caught up with me, and but we back in it. I put one out yesterday and got the ones for, a few for this week already ready to go. And Love Brew podcast on Saturday
that's
mornings.
our most consistent offering.
Yep. We watch Married at First Sight.
We're gonna try to start those reviews back this week.
Yeah.
We said last week, but life.
Man, we doing our thing out here, man. Just living in.
Man, we might go live and just talk about Ready to Love, because that's not gonna turn into a pre-recorded video either.
Definitely not. Ready to Love is actually a good season though. I like it so far. I like it so far.
You're dismissed.
I knew he was going home. But anyway, that's what we got. Like, subscribe to this live, to all our channels. Hit the bell. All that, comment, man. That's the biggest thing, is comments. I love reading the comments, the good ones and the bad ones. Because the bad ones, I always have this thing. I'll be like, man, but you watched the video.
And I just be prepared to argue with people like the lady last year who wanted to argue about Kamala Harris's
if she was Asian. Because her mom is Indian.
Yeah.
Right.
And India is in Asia.
Because that's where it is.
Well, people, anyway, I'm gonna get sidetracked, but y'all go do your thing.
I do that too, because again, this is how society teaches our kids. And I use this. The biggest one I use is people always say Egyptians, not Africa. They on the continent of Africa. So Egyptians are Africans, right?
They are.
Yeah.
So so people know they know about Egypt. They don't know about Africa, right? Because again, you want to create that as a separate narrative that is not on the continent. Ask your kids or ask your nieces and nephews what Egypt is at, or things of that nature.
When I took geography in 9th grade, they told me Egypt was in Africa, so I have to believe it.
Right. Africans built the pyramids. They don't say Africans built the pyramid. They say Egyptians built the pyramid. That's a whole different. That's the Glenn thing. Sorry, Talisa.
No, it's all right.
Well, I understand.
Yep, totally get it.
Talisa, what you got going on?
What you
I
got?
ain't got nothing going on. I ain't got not a thing going on. You understand me? But I will have things going on soon. So for those of you like D Brown who are looking for my Ready to Love reviews, I'm here to tell you that I have watched 1 through 4. I have actually recorded 3 and 4. I wasn't going back to 1 and 2, but I can't put it up for you. Okay, I can't put it up. I can't edit it because my MacBook,
Mm.
my MacBook.
He kicked the bucket.
Yes, I don't know. It's at the Genius Bar. Hopefully, what he said isn't true. If it is, then I'll have to figure something else out. And so, like you, Tommy, and Artieka, I may go live for my reviews, but I just can never find the time to actually go live during the week to talk about it.
We should go live together for 1, 2, 3, and 4, and then start at 5. We can go back 6.
Oh, we can do that. I'm
We can do
open
it.
to that. I'm open.
Okay.
I'm open to that. Yes,
Let's make us a schedule and we'll get it together.
okay. I'm open to because I did record, and if my laptop or my MacBook, or if I can find Royal's MacBook, I'll go on his and open my cloud and do my Final Cut Pro and all of that, do the things that I need to do, because otherwise to use a PC, I need another adapter. Like it's just so many, it's just so much. Like and then other than that, I'm not gonna record Married at First Sight. Y'all gonna get it here. I'm not gonna do it. I'm just not gonna do it.
That's what we've been using.
Yeah, I'm just not gonna do it. I just decided what for. This is perfect. You get to hear my opinion plus my family's opinion. Like it's a win-win situation, right? Like come see me live. Come see my family live. See us clown around. This is it. This is it. Now I do have some new projects coming that I'm working on, but guess what? I can't get to them because my MacBook.
Get the MacBook.
Right? I'm excited about the stuff that I got coming, and I'm all like, so maybe God is trying to tell me something. Somebody's seen God's trying to tell you something. Like maybe I need to sit down and rest, like I've been doing. So I don't have nothing. And like Tommy said, like and subscribe to all of us, okay? All of us, and hit the notification bell because that's important. And I'm gonna agree. Go ahead and put all the comments because I comment to everybody. You might have commented on something I recorded 2 years ago, but guess what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna reply. I'm gonna reply. So the thing we gonna have is a relationship. I'm your folks, so we can have these conversations even when you be clouding. One lady told me, "Can you wipe your nose?" I was like, "It's my allergies, because you sniffing." No, I can't. I'm in the middle of the thing. Like I was like, "Well, I said, well, no, I can't. I got allergies, but you could turn this off and come back next week." Like literally, ma'am.
You just can't get sick or nothing. You gotta be here. You gotta be well. Can't have kids running in and out of videos. And my kids stay in the videos.
Like, and I don't understand that. I don't understand.
It's like Buffy. They be all in the videos.
All in the videos.
Like, I don't know why people have parameters. I like seeing, I like the naturalness of the kids in the videos. And Kingston walking in and me having I prefer the authenticity of seeing your life and not something staged. Like,
Or you see us mouthing when we're talking to my 10-year-old who can't decide we're recording. Or Daddy needs some water. And can you bring me some, please?
Yeah. Yeah.
And he working them parents now. Hey, go downstairs, give me some water, and bring it back upstairs.
We ain't got to that part yet.
Can't wait.
I only have one really left in the house, right? We only have one really left in the house. My 17-year-old son, he likes to be out. My 19-year-old, she's in college. So it's like the 10-year-old is like stuck under us. And I'm like,
and that's
my baby. I love her, I love her to life. Can you hook me up? I hook you up. She asked me, can I go take care of her? It's a reciprocal thing. I love kids. I didn't want to be that parent. But sometimes when I'm in the middle of a video, I just can't hop up and go downstairs and get me some water. I'm a little parched. And she has a cell phone, so she just texts me now. Hey, your son said he'll be home after he finished eating. Okay, good. We all in the same group chat. I didn't need you to respond that. I just saw we all in the group chat. But since you're using your phone, can you bring me some water, please? I'm just saying. But
that's hilarious.
All right. Since he tried to shade me earlier, because because you said we used to record our videos Thursday morning. It's
Oh.
not my fault. I want to do work for the people that pay me on Thursday morning.
I do work too. I just take a break.
No, that's what I'm saying. I can't take no break. I gotta get it done. But so yeah, we do our Married at First Sight. We're gonna try to do that after this. He's pretty consistent with Ready to Love, and he's been making his little guest appearances on Kojo's panel.
Yes, Saturday nights. We are All-Star panel with Ready to Love.
He trying to be so bad
with Little Black Book 91. So y'all keep checking those out each and every week.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna have to catch those. I be on Bitter Drill on Saturday nights.
Yeah.
If you don't remind me like 10 minutes before or something, I ain't gonna catch it. I ain't gonna lie. Send us a group chat message. Okay?
Group text.
Yeah, so we can be like, look at Glenn.
Yeah.
Hey Glenn.
That's all I'm saying too is, hey Glenn, hey.
I know. Look.
I'm enjoying Ready to Love, man. I enjoy Ready to Love every Friday night or Saturday morning, dropping Ready to Love. I think the season's interesting. There's a lot of characters on here.
I agree. I am actually like, that's why I'm so upset, because I'm all like, I recorded yesterday before going to an event in hopes of putting it up yesterday evening. I mean, I'm like, oh, let me say this. Oh, this is crazy. Like, I want to say stuff and can't even say it. And I'm all like, okay, all right, guys, what you?
Hey, as you see, we were a little bit on fire last night. Yeah, 3.5 hours last night. Sorry.
Yeah, I can't do it.
I ain't gonna sit there and watch it.
I'll be like, well, I gave y'all a good 25.
I gave you 20 minutes, man. I'm like y'all now.
But it was good conversation. It's great conversation. But check us out. Check that out. We still gonna work on our matrimony thoughts. We've got some ideas. We bouncing a lot of stuff off. We just now have to. We got to put it together. We got all the ingredients.
Y'all got to invite us on there.
Yeah,
absolutely. We just got to put them all in the pot. So this year, 2024, Matrimony Thoughts will return. If you haven't watched already, or haven't watched, go ahead or haven't listened, go ahead on iTunes, Google Play, all your podcast sites. You can listen to some of the past episodes on Matrimony Thoughts. So it's coming back.
My podcast is coming back too. It's coming back, but it's gonna be a rebrand where it was Baby Let Me Tell You. It is now Project Me. So
okay.
All right.
Look at all these new things.
Yeah, we like it.
Our new thing is coming back to Ready to Love. That's what we got
this. She finally told me how I need to do my DIY video, so I'm gonna work on that.
I've been told you. You just listen today.
Yeah.
That's like the Dove comment. Like I've been saying Dove for a long time.
For me,
for a long time. I mean, for some years, I think. And then here you come today talking about after she told you, then you come back. I say Glenn said, and you say, oh, I say, oh.
No, but you know, sometimes you put it up there, and then I just put it in my archives, and you know, you gotta go back and unlock it. You know, that's all.
Baby just lost. Oh, baby.
It's a lot of stuff up here now. It's a lot of stuff up here.
They say we only can really hold on about 9 things at a time. So
yeah,
they say. Yeah.
And see, I'm
you can do more. You were exceptional
for me.
Oh man! Hey, ladies and gentlemen, good night. Thank y'all for rocking with us, and we'll see you guys next week.
Yeah.
Bye, y'all. Bye, y'all.